Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to start our webinar in about 5 minutes, so please just stand by. Today's webinar is Slide and Open, exploring innovative accessories for sliding and folding doors with Comunello. So for today's webinar, Alessandro Guzmin and Elena Marconi, they will be our presenters for today's webinar. So please just wait a couple of minutes while we start. So thank you for being here this morning. We'll start in 2 minutes.
No. 2 minutes.
All right, so thank you again for your time. Thank you for being here this morning. So welcome everyone to our Slide and Open, exploring innovative accessories for sliding doors and folding doors with Comunello. I want to thank Alessandro Guzmin as well as Elena Marconi that they will be our presenters for today's webinar. At the end of the webinar, we'll have a Q&A. So please stand by at the end of the webinar. We'll have a Q&A to answer all of your questions. So in case that you have a project coming up with Comunello, we do have stock at the moment at our Miami warehouse as well as San Antonio and El Paso. So please contact your sales representative and we'll be happy to help you with your next project in access control, vehicular control, or any access control project that the Comunello gate accessories will be part of the project. So thank you again for being here this morning. And now I think we'll be ready to start. So Alessandro, Elena, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you very much to everyone for being here attending this webinar. I'm going to introduce myself as first. I'm Elena, sales manager for the American market at Comunello. Today with my colleague Alessandro, in charge of customer service and training as well, we will introduce you the Comunello brand, also giving you an overview of what the company does. We will then explain how to choose our products in each of the application we offer to the market. And above all, why choosing Comunello and why hardware is so important when it comes to build a gate. So just to give you a short introduction, Comunello is an Italian company located in northern Italy, Bassano del Grappa, that has been manufacturing gate hardware for more than 50 years. And still maintains a leading position in the market for innovation and the pursuit of absolute quality. Comunello is as well an international company working in more than 120 countries all around the world. We're talking about more than 50 years of precision in the manufacture of perfect components. And that's it. The mission of Comunello is, first of all, the search of absolute quality. The Comunello includes 5 divisions. The first one is the Comunello gate, that is hardware for gates. Then we have a Comunello frame, that is aluminum corner joints for windows. And the automation gate, that is the production of automation and access control for gate. We have the automation freight, also called Mowin, that is the automation for windows. And the last one, not less important, that is called X, our brand for door handles. So I don't want to talk at length, so I will now hand the floor over to Alessandro, who will introduce and explain to you the Comunello Gate range of products. So let me share the screen for you. 1 second.
Here we are.
Okay, here we are.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's start with this quick introduction to our products, to the gate accessories. So basically, as Elena already said, we have these 5 divisions. So today we will be focused more in the Comunello gate. We call it also the professional. So the gate accessories. We will make a quick overview, let's say, about the possible applications and the type of gates on which these accessories can be used. So we will be much focused on, first of all, let's say the possible applications, and then I will give you some tips about how to choose a product for the different types of gates that the world is made of. So there are many possible options, many possible type of gates, and we are trying to respond to all the possible situation that you can find in the market for these kind of gates. So making a first overview, we can supply all the accessories. We don't produce the gate. I want to clarify this. We just produced the accessories to create a gate. So we can supply accessories for sliding gates of all the kind, cantilever and telescopic also. After that, we produce also all the accessories for swing gates, like also by folding gates or the small pedestrian gates. And also we have a kind of internal division on these gate accessories, which is the accessories for industrial doors, which maybe are not so popular in the American market, but we can also supply them. Let's say for the industrial doors like folding doors and sliding doors, which are mainly used on the gates on companies. So it is a particular application, very popular here in Europe, maybe not everywhere in the world anyway. And then we also have some accessories that we will see very briefly. These are the hinges on doors and windows. Let's start with an overview regarding the pedestrian gate. So which is let's say the basic swing gate. But anyway, it is important to know which are the main part which are composing a swing gate. So the first of all, of course, the most important part to create a swing gate are the hinges. So we have a big range of hinges. Now we will see which are let's say the core of the entire installation. Gate stops, the ropes for anti-fall protection. Then we have, for example, all the cups, bolt and latches, locks. We can provide all these kind of accessories, but we can focus mainly in the hinges. So we can divide them, of course, first of all, in 3 different types of hinges. The first one, which is also probably the most used, are the on-axis rotation hinges. So we have a wide range of on-axis. On-axis, I mean the rotation of the hinge is not outside the gate, it's inside the gate. It means that it is inside the profile which creates the door, the gate. And as you can see, we got plenty of choice between these articles. So we have different types of hinges that can be placed, which function alternately, let's say one to another. So this wide range of products comes from our very long experience in this field, and let's say that people are used to use different types of hinges. All these different products comes also from geographical reasons, let's say, because in many cases, in certain markets, we can say that people are used to install one type of hinge instead of another just because of the use on that in that area is like this. So there are the range of products is such a vast one because of these differences that there are in the markets all over the world. So you can see, for first of all, that there are some articles here in the left corner, in the left part of the screen. There are some articles in blue. These are in blue because we can produce also mainly all the products are in steel. Almost everything is galvanized steel, but we also have some products which are in stainless steel. So we got also the possibility, we give you also the possibility to choose a small part of accessories also in stainless steel for for rusty environment or very with a lot of salt or humidity. So this is the reason why we also created a smaller line of stainless steel products. So let's see the two main parts of the two main typology of hinges on the axis of rotation. The most popular for sure is the bearing hinges. I mean, this type of hinges are with the bearing inside. It's like a conic bearing, which is placed in inside of the bearing. These are those which can grant you the higher performances, the higher capacities on for our gates. We will see in a few seconds how it works, the choice of these articles, these hinges. So in that way, you will know which are the limits of use of this kind of product. So there are many information, of course, for any for every product in our website, where you can download, for example, all the technical sheets where you can see their capacity and the limit of use. So this is very important when you are about to choose a product which is the most suitable for your use. So that, as you can see, there are in this type of hinges, I mean the bearing hinges, you have upper hinges and bottom hinges. So many times you will have to choose between two different type of hinges which you can match together, while the clamp hinges are a kind of hinge which has a pin inside the profile, which is cut actually to make this type of installation, and then the clamp hinges kind of hug this pin which is inside, and generally with this type of hinges we can reach not really a bigger weight, not as big as with the bearing hinges. So it can be used for a smaller application, let's say, but this is also a popular option sometimes. While here we have the off-axis hinges. So all these type of hinges are generally welded on the side of the profile. So the axis of rotation will not be inside the profile as it was before with the bearing hinges. This type of rotation is just outside of it. So when we are going to use this type of hinges, we have to remember that the rotation will be outside, so we need a little bit more of space also when we are going to install them. These hinges are, let's say, very easy to install because you just need to place them, welding them on the profile of the gate, and after that just have to make the connection with the pillar if it is on top, while if it is on in the ground, you have to just to place it in the ground and be in the same perpendicular line with the upper hinges. Sometimes as you can see, like the hinge 105 or 106, these are just placed in the ground or just a little bit above the ground, and after that you have to be perfectly perpendicularly in line with the topper hinge. So we can see here an example of how these installations are made. It's pretty easy, as you can see. This kind of corners will just allow to make an opening at 90 degrees of the gate, and as you can see, all these products are very focused in quality. This may be just simple parts, but there is a lot of test and research on these articles. Everything is made here by our company. 100% of the articles are made in Italy, so we are very focused in all the parts of the production since the beginning of these small parts. So we start really every time from a steel bar, which is then elaborated, worked with lathing machines, CNC machines. Everything is made step by step inside our company. This is something we are very proud of, and this is the reason why our products are so successful for almost 60 years. And then we can see here another type of another example, let's say, of off-axis rotation hinge, like as I told before, with something which is not the same above and in the bottom part and in the ground. So there are different types of application. The important thing is just that the rotation is perpendicular, otherwise the gate will not move very well, for sure. Let's see now the last family, let's say, of product, which is the smaller one for very light application anyway, which is the off-axis rotation for 180 degrees opening. It means that this kind of hinges are used generally to make possible the opening of gates which needs at least an opening of 180 degrees when, for example, we have a problem with a room, with the space of the entry. We need 90 degrees are not enough to allow the entrance of the car or the trucks, and it means that we have to use this kind of solution to allow a wider opening of the gate, as we can see here. Of course, with this kind of hinges, as they are quite complete, quite articulated, let's say, they are generally they make an angle 90 degrees itself, and then they can open the gate. That makes possible the opening at 180 degrees. And this is the part this is the type of corner of hinges that can be placed. Now, very important to know and to learn is how to choose this kind of products. This is very important because we will need, for example, in some cases we can have two different hinges to be chosen between the upper part and the bottom part of the gate. So there is just one rule which is important when we are about to choose the hinges. And this is we have to know the capacity of each hinge, And with that, if there are two different values indicated in the technical CDUs, remember that if there are two different values, you can base the calculation on the lower value. It means that if my the top hinge is the hinge that we are installing in the top part of the gate is, for example, 200 kilograms, the capacity, and the bottom part is 150 kilos, the capacity of the combination of the two hinges is 150. So the smaller value will be the one who determine the total capacity of the gate. It doesn't matter if it is above or under. Doesn't matter. This just take care of which is the lower capacity article. As you can see here, generally in both in technical CDUs and catalogs, all the dates, all the information are given with the gate with ratio 1:1. So length and width are the same. Length and height are the same. It means that it is kind of a square gate. If it is a rectangular with a height bigger than the length, there is absolutely no problem. We can always take in consideration the value which is given in the catalogs, and also, as you can see here, in how all the curves of this graphic are made. You can see that up to 1 ratio everything is okay, so you can consider the maximum capacity. But when the length is growing, so the height is smaller than the length, everything is going to change, and quickly also. It means that, for example, take in consideration the blue line of the 120 M24 hinge. We start from 225 kilograms with a ratio 1:1, while if we are in the ratio 2, it is less than the half, because we are around 120, maybe 120 kilograms with the ratio 2:1, and we can arrive at maximum a ratio 3. So the length is 3 times bigger than the eighth. In this case, as you can see, the total capacity will be around 70 kilos, 75 kilos. It means that there is an important decrease of the capacity at the increase of the ratio between length and height. This is something that we always have to consider when we are about to choose the hinges for the gate. This is really something important when we are choosing. This is kind of fundamental part when we are going to choose the hinges. Remember also that there is no test made from us. We know, you know, all products are very well tested, but we don't know what happens when the ratio is higher than 1:3. It means that if you are having, for example, a gate which is 1 meter high and 4 meter long, we cannot tell you if we have hinges able to let's say that you can use this kind of articles. So it's really it's your choice. It cannot be granted and tested. It cannot be not be suggested by us, this kind of application. So just remember that up to 3:1 it's the maximum limit. Otherwise we will have a very important flag effect which can affect the functionality of the entire gate. So of course, also there are some consideration that can be made also on how the gate is made. So if it is completely filled with panel, of course the flag effect which would be much higher. It's like it's like a sailing boat, so it's the wind will blow inside it, and we can have a really bigger pressure on the gate when if we compare, for example, with a gate made with sticks or other parts where the air can pass through the gate, of course. Other things that can be important to choose on gates are, for example, the stop, the end stops that you can place in the ground. We have plenty of choice also for this type of articles. They can be. We generally have always articles that can be fixed, other that can be cemented. So. There are some articles which can just be fixed. If, for example, it is not a new installation, you just need to fix them in the ground with some bolts. Others, if, for example, you are having a new installation with fresh concrete, you just have to plunge them inside in the concrete, and the gate will stop on the place where we are going to put these end stops. Now we can see here something which is pretty new, actually, which is the bifolding swing gate. So this is a pretty new type of of accessories we created about 4 years ago, we can say, more or less. So this is pretty a brand new product that we have in our catalog, and that we can offer, which is becoming more and more popular in this period. So when we don't have enough space, enough room, when we have a big swing gate, we can divide the wings of the leaves of the gate in two parts, for example, so they can close both on the same side. It means in this example that we can see here in this picture, in this drawing, we have a 2+2, but of course it can be just 2 on a side, and that's it. We have some dedicated articles for this application, which are, as you can see on the bottom, the connecting tube that we use, and all these elements which are composing the kit Albatros. Albatros is the name of the system that we gave to this system that we created. We named it Albatros, like the bird. And well, that is a possible solution that sometimes is very helpful to use when the room is limited, as I said before. Of course, then everything must be made as a standard gate, so we need the hinges for the first leaf, and then also the runway stops are necessary to stop it during the strokes. For this type of products, I want to inform you, which is very important, as I'm part of the service department in Comunello. Generally, for this type of gates, we can provide you kind of list of the articles which are necessary to install, and we can also give you all the information about the length and the parts of the gate, so we can assist you in the configuration of this kind of system, of this kind of application, which is necessary a bit of experience at least in the initial part of the project, just to give you some indications since the beginning on how proceed, which are the dimensions that you should take in consideration, and how long are the pieces that you may use for this application, for this configuration. So feel free to get in touch with EPCOM first of all for this request. They can assist you, and then for sure we can assist you in the configuration of this kind of products, which is very, very important. They are made very carefully, taking care of all the all the distances and all the length and the dimension of the single parts. We can see here how it works. So with mechanical, there are two. The kit is made of 2 hinges, which will be between the first and the second length, and then there is another bracket which is placed in the adjustable bracket, is called, which is placed in the pillar, and it is connected through a bar to with a bar to the first with the hinge in in the middle part of between the first and the second leaf. These allow us to make this closing movement between the first and the second leaf. This is very important. This is very, very important when we are about to choose this kind of products, because we need to know how long the bar of connection will be. Let's go now to the sliding gates. Here, if in the up to now the most important part of the gate was the hinge, here for sure the most important part of the gate is the wheel. So the choice of the wheel will be something very important to take care of, but it is much easier than the hinges, because as you can see, of course, not just the wheels are enough to move a sliding gate. We need also the tracks, the racks for the automation, and most important, it is in the upper part of a sliding gate we have to choose plates and rollers properly chosen for to maintain, let's say, to guide the sliding gate during its entire operation, opening and closing. Of course, we will need then runaway stops, upper hand stops to when the gate is completely closed. But of course, it's very important to match wheels and tracks, of course, at the very beginning of the choice. Let's see here how the wheels can be chosen. Here you have we have really a really huge amount of wheels in our catalog. As you can see here, this is just a part actually of them. We have, first of all, we have to make a choice between the different types of groove that they have. The groove is obviously necessary to it will be determined by how many how the truck is made, which is the shape of the truck. It means that if it is a squared track, we will need to use a wheel with the same type of groove inside. So the choice must be made between these parts, they have to match perfectly, and this is very important also when we have the semi-rounded tracks with the semi-rounded groove inside. So the wheel also must match perfectly with the track, with the rail on the ground, and there are also different diameters in these for these gates, for these wheels. So they must match perfectly, and all our accessories are made to match perfectly actually. So the choice here is made, the capacity of the wheel is there is a number, a value which is declared both in catalogs and technical schedules, which is for example, we can see here in the first one of the first wheels here, we can see in the first column on the left, for example, the 300V wheel, which has, for example, 220 kilograms. Two of these wheels will make 440 kilograms. So the capacity of a wheel If we are going to use 2 wheels, it will be double. Remember, it's pretty obvious, I know, but it's not so obvious sometimes. We always have to consider 2 wheels when we are creating a sliding gates. Technically, let's say, basically, we could also use a third wheel, but it is not guaranteed it is working, the third wheel, because if the wheels are not perfectly in the same line, of course, the capacity of the three wheels should be triple, let's say. So if one wheel has a capacity, 2 wheels has a double. If we have 3 wheels, the capacity will be triple with just one wheel. It means, but it is not something that can be granted. It's not something that is suggested. So we always recommend to all the installers, to all the blacksmiths, that you need to use just 2 wheels every time. So it doesn't matter how long is the gate, please use 2 wheels. We have here, for example, you can see for very wide application, we have, for example, the wheels with a balancing. Let's say there are two couples of wheels that works together with the same support. Of course, they act like one. So we will place 2 of these combined wheels together, one on the right side of the gate and the other one on the opposite side, of course. So this is very important. We can also offer you wheels with different types of support. So we got many possible options between also the different supports of the gate, of the wheel, sorry. So we got plenty of choice also in this case. As you can see here, these are the differences that we can have between the various type of rack of tracks or rail, as you prefer, and the groove of the wheel. So as you can see, also we have possible choice of wheels depending on the number of bearings that they have inside. There are wheels with just one bearing inside. I can tell you that when you have the possibility of choice between wheels with one bearing or 2 bearing. Just to give you an idea, when we have the same diameter wheel with one bearing, with 2 bearings, the capacity is almost double. So many times, if we need a small wheel but with a very high capacity, you have to go yourself choosing probably the version of the wheel with 2 bearings inside. Then, if the wheel has the same wheel as also a lubrication system, a greasing system, also this can help to increase the capacity of a single wheel. So this is something very important. As you can see here, also we have different type of grooves. We have also the Y-shaped groove, which is the second on the bottom here in the drawing. This is quite popular because it is used to avoid an early waste of both of the wheel and the track. So this is something that can be important to be used. For the last wheel on the right side on bottom, we don't provide this type of profile. This is a type of profile. We just provide the wheel, but not a profile for this kind of profile. I don't know this kind of track if it is used in the US, but here it's really not. It's something very, very old. It's not used anymore. Let's see another type of sliding gates, which is very important. It is a telescopic system. It is called Ranger. It's our brand new. It was made and introduced to in the market 3 years ago, together with Albatros, for example. And this is a sliding gate with a telescopic system. So the 2 or 3 leaps, we have 2 versions of them, will act as a sliding gate, but we do not need, for example, for a single sliding gate, we need, if we have 5 meters opening, we need 5 meters also in the back to allow the open and closure movement. With this solution, we will reduce, let's say, the tail of the gate. So we will not need 5 meters now. We will need maybe 2 meters are enough to open and close the gate in the rear part, I mean. So the rear part can be reduced strongly if we don't have enough room to make a sliding gate. So this is really important when we don't have another solution for this kind of products. So this is something very interesting to take care and to consider. As you can see here, the system works together thanks to a racked rail in the ground. And as you can see, there are these gearing, let's say, these wheels with all the teeth that can allow this type of movement. They work like a pinion. So there is a connection between the first, the second, and the third leaf of the gate. Thanks to this type of gearings of wheels, we can have the movement of the three leaves. Remember that the first will go at let's say the second leaf of the gate will go at double speed, or comparing it to the first leaf. The third leaf, in case of 3 leaves gates, will be at triple speed. So there is a reduction. There is a reduction on the dimension of this gearing system, which allows us to make a movement. So they will arrive to fully open and fully close in the same time. So also the movement is nicer to be seen. Okay, this is how it will look like. Of course, there also in this case, as previously with Albatros, we can assist you in the choice of the articles from the beginning till the end of the creation of the project. So this is something really important. Okay, and here it is how it looks, a triple leaf Ranger telescopic system. So we will have the 6 wheels together. Now, very important, cantilever gate system. So this is another type of sliding gate. We have a big range of articles, so big range of rails, monorails, and carriages, which will allow you to create a big range of. Let's say we have the possibility of installing and creating gates, cantilever gates for all sizes. This is very important. We got also some kind of products which are made in stainless steel and also in aluminum. So we have some carriages which are in aluminum. You can recognize them because they have the wheels in, they are white, because with aluminum, the wheels of the carriages are made of nylon. So it is very useful for residential gate, as they are less noisy. So everything is also calculated and thought to be used in industrial or residential gates. Let's say also in this case, for this type of application, all the accessories can be determined thanks to a configurator online that we have. In this case, for this type of application, for this type of configuration, I strongly invite you to register in our website which also has a configurator for this kind of gates. With this configurator, you can put the details of your gate, of the project that you are in charge to do. You just need to write the length and the weight of the gate, and it will calculate by itself all the accessories which are necessaries, and all the dimensions and minimum distances that you must respect to create this type of gate. This is something very important. So you can go in our user area in our website, and you will find all the information. You have to fill it with your company details and name, of course, your contacts, and then you have all this information. You will be able to make this kind of configuration, which are very, very useful for your daily work, I guess. As you can see here, there is something I recommend you to choose the right carriages. Something very important is that the interaxle, so the distances between the center of the two carriages, should be always between 1/3 and 1/4 of the length of the total opening width. When we are between these two dimensions, it means that the system itself is perfectly balanced, and it is perfectly working. So remember, at least should be between 1/3 and 1/4 of the opening length. This is very, very important. If, for example, in some cases you have a bigger carriage and the measure, the distance between the two carriages is less than 1/4, I strongly invite you to increase it to at least 1/4 of the length. So this is something which can be very useful to remember when we are creating a cantilever gate, because it will work anyway, also in the other way, with the smaller distances between the two carriages, but it's not really suggested to act like this. It's better that the minimum distance between the two carriages is 1/4. So if we have 10 meters, the minimum distance between the two carriages should be 2.5 meters. Just take in consideration this information. Okay, here you can see, as I told you, that we can have you can choose also our configurator online, which will help you. Of course, you can ask to our service department to make the configuration for you. We will be very pleased to create them and give you all the information about the gate that you are going to create. So there are also kits that can be used for this kind of this is a choice that you can have this kind of kit for smaller gates anyway. Now we can see the two last type of products that we have. This is really a brand new system, which is Bullet, which is a cantilever gate, but just made with the one carriage. Let's say that this type of application, this type of system, is just one single carriage, which in this way we don't have to be very accurate in placing it in the ground, because with two carriages everything must be perfectly perpendicular. Everything must be the same height. It is necessary to be very, very accurate. Otherwise, if the two carriages are not in the same line, the system will not work and will not slide smoothly. With this kind of gate of system, we can be much safer in when we are placing the carriage in the ground, in the concrete. So this is something very important. It can be also, it has possible adjustments when we are installing it. So there are many possibilities for many length of the gate. And the last system that we have is Integrator, which is also a cantilever gate, but with the name of the system, call it just define it itself, and we will have the carriage, which is integrated with the motor, and the rack is inside the monorail. It means that through this the gearing that there are, the connection that there is between the pinion of the motor and the carriage itself, it allows a movement through the teeth wheel, the teeth gearing that there is inside, and the rack that is fixed. It is fixed in the monorail. It allows, we will not see anything outside of the gate. We will see no racks, nothing else than the motor and the gate. So any other mechanical parts are visible, let's say. And in this way, we can allow this very smooth movement and invisible. So this is something really nice to look also. So this is also something that needs a configuration. We will be very helpful to help you with that. This is how the entire system works. So last thing, very quickly, we just have also this big range of accessories for this type of doors. In the catalog, you can see also some configuration. So this is the industrial folding doors, which can be folding, or we can also fold 6 leaves on the side. There are these different systems that can be applied, and also sliding doors like these, which are used, as I told you, here in Europe. They are very popular, but only for industrial use. So we have the monorail on top with the carriages that will allow the movement, both sliding simply or be folding, or folding like a folding gate. At last, we have these hinges which are made, which are always hinges to be welded, in few cases to be fixed for doors and for steel doors and steel windows. These are very used, very popular here in Europe for the installations on this type of opening. All this information can be found in the catalogs and in our website. You can download all our catalogs in the website, and also technical schedules are available in the website, and you can ask for everything which is not included here. You can feel free to contact our service department or our commercial department with Elena. Feel free to ask all the information that you may need. We'll be very pleased to help you. Okay, so I think we are done now. Here it is an example on how to see in our website how to find the technical schedules and all the data sheets that you need. And this is how it looks like. As you can see, in the bottom part there is the curve of the hinges that will be very helpful for you for the choice of the there are also the mounting instructions, everything. There are also some information in our YouTube channel, and thank you for watching us. If you have more questions, Victor, maybe.
Perfect, Alessandro. Thank you so much for your time, and Elena as well. We don't have a question right now. Remember, if you have a question, please contact your sales rep, and we will happy to help you. I think is all for today. Thank you so much, Elena, Alessandro, and I think see you on the next time.
Okay, thank
It'll
you.
be a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
nice
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.